My name is Shane Cummings. I've been with Rocky Mountain Rebar for 3 years now as their lead detailer and project manager. I've been part of the steel industry for 14 years. 10 of that has been as a rebar detailer. For the last 3 years, I've been at Rocky Mountain Rebar, where Kelly Foster and myself have built our detailing department to what it is today, with the goal of being able to keep all of our drafting and detailing in-house. Our goal is to be able to continue to grow and expand. We're looking to hire goal-oriented and dedicated employees that want to learn this reinforcing industry. A detailer creates rebar shop drawings based on the contract documents given to us from the structural engineer and architects and civil drawings. Rebar detailing can be considered an art when it's done right. It requires a detailed yet creative way of thinking to be able to take what you have on paper and make it so that the placers in the field can make it work with constructability. The detailer can make or break how the project goes. It's one of the first steps in most construction projects. We have started the process of incorporating 3D detailing into our drafting department. We have been testing with Revit 3D software and Allplan. 3D detailing has a lot to offer the reinforcing industry. It will greatly increase our chances of catching issues with constructability, ultimately avoiding rush orders and costly mistakes. As a rebar detailer, I've never worried about losing my job. I started my job as a rebar detailer in a recession, and it is part of an essential industry, which has always given me peace of mind. It's very important to me to have the steady income to be able to provide for my family. Rebar detailing is a career that is constantly growing and changing, that offers a lot to learn and the opportunity to work on all kinds of projects, from gas stations to high rises or anything else that is made from concrete. There are many levels of detailers, which also means there's a lot of room for growth within the company, up to and above project manager. I really enjoy being able to go to a job site and see what I have done. It's a really good feeling to be able to go in a building with my family and tell them that I built that.
Hello, I'm John Jenkins. In 1992, I worked in Arkansas on a Nucor steel sheet mill. 6 years later, I tackled my largest project ever, the I-15 reconstruction in Salt Lake City, Utah. I was fortunate enough to be a project manager on Utah's largest infrastructure project to date. The I-15 reconstruction project spanned a 17-mile stretch of highway through Salt Lake City. That team fabricated over 60,000 tons of rebar for a successful completion just before the Salt Lake City Winter Olympic Games. I managed the most complex portion of this job, the I-80, I-15 interchange, or the Spaghetti Bowl. This project was a success due to that team's rebar knowledge and constant communication between the detailing department, the fabrication department, and the general contractor. I have been the production manager at Western States Rebar for the past 3 years.
My name is Brian O'Donnell. I'm the operations manager for Rocky Mountain Rebar. I've been here since 2014. I've been in the rebar industry for 30 plus years, and with all the different projects I was able to work on, I went from Vancouver to Seattle, down to Phoenix, Arizona. I actually ran the rebar for the Intel Fab 42. President Obama visited that job. Another big project was the NHL Phoenix Coyotes hockey arena. It's been a very good industry for me. It's all about the team who we work with, from the team in the office to the guys in the field, being safe and just good communication. I've supervised projects from bridges, water treatment plants to high rises. All projects, especially the large ones, are very time sensitive. If you're changing the skyline of a city, or if you're building something for emerging technology like Intel, it takes a lot of effort to get it on time and get it to the customer. Safety first. It's something you hear in the rebar industry, and it really starts off with the detailing. To think about the size of the bars, the shape, crane access, the different bend types, and the things we can do to make it safer for the final installation in the field is very important. It's been around for a long time, reinforced concrete, and what's interesting now with all the technologies coming across, our foremans are dealing with iPads. You can circle a drawing, you can send it back, you can do a live video feed. So the communication now is more than it was before, when you just had to go down and use a telephone. You're actually right there visiting with somebody and being a big part of the team to build it. And if there's any questions, they're easily answered in the moment, not the day after. The reinforcing industry has been really good to me. It's provided a good living. It's also provided challenges from large job sites, dealing with different people, the relationships, the team building. Some of my lifelong friends are in the rebar industry. Uncle that got me into this thing, what inspired me is that he'd always say, I built that job. Now it's everybody involved. We could say we built it, but it's like, as you're going down the road, I built that job.
I'm the detailing manager for Western States and Rocky Mountain Rebar. I started as a rebar detailer in 1987, starting in Calgary, Vancouver, and later on in Los Angeles. But in 1995, I had the honor and privilege of working on the Confederation Bridge project in Eastern Canada between New Brunswick and Prince Edward Island. As Canada's longest bridge at over 8 miles long and one of the longest bridges in the world over ice-covered waters, it had over 50,000 tons of rebar in it. 4 draftsmen were hired and trained as my detailing team. Took us a little bit over a year to finish the project. My career as a professional rebar detailer has afforded me many opportunities. That bridge was my claim to fame, and it's an incredible thrill for me to say that I built that.